As a middle class Indian family, upcycling, the so called sustainability, and fundamental minimalism is somewhat in our blood. And since the world is nearing towards its end, I thought I'll make you familiar with a few things I recycled, upcycled, and reused to maybe help you help the world reach its end a little while later. So, here are 20 things you can upcycle, reuse, and recycle. If you don't use toilet rolls, good boy. If you do, then save these cardboard rolls and make a cat or dog treat feeder out of it. If you want me to make a video on how to make these, comment down below. They're pretty easy and quick to make, and this one has lasted my cat Wasabi, who behaves like a dog, for almost 6 months now, which is pretty amazing. I have noticed he responds better to green and red colors, so I taped it red. It does not have to be pretty looking. Their definition of aesthetic does not coincide with ours, so don't worry. When you make these, this structure has decent sized gaps in it from where you can put the treats inside. And then just give the little ball to your little buddy. They're engaged with the food longer, and if you are struggling with making them lose a little bit of weight, this helps. If you shop for your fruits and vegetables at a supermarket and forget to take your trusty thela with you, or are just a straight away hole, then you must be familiar with these bags. Do you know your dish scrubbers and loofahs are made of the exact same thing, a plastic mesh? Then why not just roll these bags into a sock roll and use these as scrubbers instead? I used this one the other day to wash my yoga mat and it worked just fine. Also, a little less guilt for forgetting your own grocery bag that day. This one is my mother's DIY. According to her, this is the best way to get perfect sprouts. Unlike the traditional soaking seeds in a damp muslin, which you have to water every now and then they end up growing into the cloth and it's just a mess. Here, she has just poked a few holes in the lid of a pickle jar, which is all clean and sanitized. So another way, you can use all these jam jars and peanut butter jars and recycle them instead of just throwing them away. Also, better sprouts for your salad. Now with this air freshener bottle DIY thingy, be very careful. The contents are explosive, so make sure it is completely empty, and I mean completely. Shake it a lot more and you'll get more aerosol coming out of it before you think it is empty. Then carefully saw it at the neck. I used a handsaw and wore some protective glasses just in case. After that, I sanded the brim and painted it monotone in some really sloppy strokes with some acrylic paint. Put some sand inside so it doesn't topple over, and yeah, done boy, you got a vase. Also, I collected some flowers from my campus around last year in spring and hung them upside down to dry. It's been around a whole year now and they still look beautiful. If you are like me and don't like fake flowers or killing a fresh batch every week just so you can captivate them in a jar of water and watch them die slowly, you can just get some once, hang them upside down, maybe tape them to a wall and preserve every bit of them like it's day one, and just keep them forever, however long you want, and let the bees enjoy the fresh ones. This is another one I made following the same process and I really like them. Here are some roses I preserved that I used for some project and really did not want to watch them die or throw them away. These are about 5 months old. I like sleeping with a burning candle. Yeah, I have trouble sleeping at night and I'm not fond of a night lamp. The flickering of a candle dimming as I sleep has definitely helped me a lot. As a result, I collected a lot of candle wax and decided to recycle some fresh new candles out of it. Added some fresh lavender fragrances and voila, you got some new candles, boy. This is some jewelry I made with some preserved flowers I just told you about, and if you like these, you can go to my Etsy shop Link in description. etsy.com/shop/Kuhu Chandra, as in my name, and get yourself some if you want. This is a white bougainvillea in resin and bronze. And this one is a tiny peacock feather, a peacock generously dropped in my backyard, preserved in resin. Now, I don't know if everyone can use this one the way I did, but I felt like the upper half of my shelf could be utilized and all the cases of my glasses were taking too much space. Also, this way I can access all of them easily, they're safe, and I'm utilizing some extra space which was just not in use earlier. I used an old pair of earphones which I forgot to discard and tied them onto these nail clip thingies, and this whole setup is pretty sturdy, I must say. Also, I have this bag hanging onto it with some random trinklets. I think it's probably a hand towel bag or maybe some undies came bagged in it. I don't know. Pretty sturdy plastic, so it came with a hook, and yeah, why not reuse it? And there is the rest of my organization skills. Pretty good. And that's me. I collect bird feathers here, there, everywhere, and paint them and put them here and there and everywhere, like in this dream catcher I made back in 2013 or 14, I think. Next up, food delivery tumbler organizers. If you are living a college life like me, you must be ordering a lot of takeout. I've seen many use the same, and they are all of the same standard size. You just gotta clean them, and you can use them like this in your clean, plain, white, and technically free. Also, this little mint box, which now has mostly rogue rubber bands inside. I love Nutella. You love Nutella. We all love Nutella, which now has homemade and Nardana goalies in it. Basically, recycling all the different glass jars for storage. Spices, this, that, everything. Glass is food safe, the lids are mostly airtight, so recycle, boy. Over the years, we collected a lot of glass jars. Clean them of their brand labels and put some stickers on them. I will label them all soon. Now they look so much better. Maybe switch over to honey. It is healthier. It mostly comes in glass jars. Clean them once you've consumed it all. Scrub off the brand labels. Sanitize them in some boiling water, and yeah, you're done. And they're airtight too. This is some dried holy basil or tulsi from my garden. Very handy for when you're living alone and cannot take care of yourself, let alone of a little plant. You can check out this link right now where I harvested some tulsi from my backyard and saved it and made tea out of it. And yeah. This one I used to keep my paint water safe and spill free. And I put some brushes in it later when I'm done. Now this is that one odd lone glass whose other pairs of the set either got lost or broke. So instead of throwing it away, I now use it as my paintbrush holder. Do you have a chapstick which you were able to touch the bottom of and not lose it, but there is still some left inside? Scoop it out. Even this lipstick that you love, it still has a lot of pigment. Heat them both in a teaspoon. Pour it out in a container like this, and now you have some lip balm of your favorite color, which you can now use as rouge and put some on in your brother's cheek, cause why not? This is the shelf I made out of the leftover MDF being used in some construction work at my house. Screwed some angle brackets to it, painted them with some leftover paint which I mixed a lot of for a project. No, I'm not exaggerating. I have a lot of things of the same damn color now. On top of which is a bottle of soju and a money plant clipping inside. Another thing to recycle, liquor bottles. They're mostly tinted and perfect to grow some pothos. Pothos are very forgiving. They won't die on you. And you can keep them anywhere inside and just change their water every 3 to 4 days. They will be fine. Trust me. This was a hot sauce bottle, and so were these. Now they are all planters. This is another jam jar bottle which now is being used as a toothbrush holder, which my mother paper mached on and stuck some magazine flower cutouts. It's about 3 years old. This is Wasabi's bed. It is stitched by my mummy. She used an old turtleneck no one liked and stuffed it with some other clothes and scrapes which were too messed up to give to anyone, or we just didn't like them. And these all make a very cozy bed for him. He likes it a lot, and you can see with all his fur stuck to it. Yeah, it's a good wasabi bed. Make your pet a good wasabi bed. Pitaji once received a lot of bouquets from his colleagues. He got them home. The flowers are done and dead now, but I saved a lot of these spirally, springy ribbons out of them. Tied them all together with a string to a stick I found, I don't remember where, and now it is a wasabi toy. He likes it. All chewed up, but yeah, still likes it. This is an old t-shirt of mine which was deformed with use and washes, and I don't think anyone would spark joy out of it. So now we use it as a kitchen rag mop sort of thing. Once it graduates to even more of a worse condition, it will then be used as a car duster, as we call it, to clean the car, where it will be used till its every warp and weft has left the soul of the rag's body and there is nothing of it left anymore. Clothes in a middle-class Indian household all follow the same fortune. A new garment joins the family, is passed on to the younger sibling. Once even they grow out of it and it is still wearable, is given to the maid or donated. If not, then turned into a cleaning rag, then mop, then transferred to the garage for its final journey to moksha. Yeah, it does not exist anymore after that. Yeah. I think we all use cookie tins for odd jobs like this one here. If you don't, why not? If you remember my last vlogish video, I was squeezing out a lot of oranges. I saved the peels, hung them to dry in one of those mesh bags, and mother grinded them along with some sandalwood, fuller's earth or multani mitti, and dried rose petals. Now I have the mixture stored in a former aloe vera jar and use the paste as a face scrub for deep pore cleansing every once in a while. This is the bits remaining after about 2 months of use by my whole family. So these were 20 things and ways you can recycle your everyday products and reduce waste and your overall carbon footprint, I'm sure. Many of these are extremely common practices in an average Indian household. So if you are an Indian, be proud of your lifestyle. Don't fall for them aesthetic metal straws. No one really uses straws so much in real life, okay? And share what your mama taught you. Recycle, reduce, reuse. Okay, beta? Bye.